Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Ba. Whew, it is so good to be back with you. Well, here we are. It's Saturday, and you know what that means? Time for our Saturday Seance. I want to give a big shout out and say thank you to all of you who've been patient with me the last few weeks as we're working out our technical challenges here. I want to also say thank you to all of our new subscribers. We've had a lot of new people, and I want to welcome you to Spirit Channel. For those of you who are new here, this is kind of our weekly Saturday tradition. We gather and we have an old-time spiritualist seance. And I come out of a spiritualist church background. And what we used to do is go to mediums' houses, and we'd gather in a circle and have a seance. And mediums would go into trance and the spirits would come through. It was always amazing. So we're going to continue that here. And now with the internet, we can have a virtual seance. So if you were here in my house, which in a sense you are, I just say pull up your chairs here in a little circle around me. And let's see what the spirit world has. I'm going to go into trance and we'll see what happens. So I'll see you when I get back. Oh, greetings, this is Fletcher. So good to be back with you. Give us just a moment while we get control of the medium's vibration. Oh, there we go. Looks like we got control of the body here. Well, I'm so happy to be with you. We got a few souls who want to be clamoring back here tonight, so I'll be stepping out of the way and let them come through. This is Fletcher, over and out. Cosmos is vast. When we look to the night sky, we don't even see a third of what exists in the space beyond the planet. As a young man, I was fascinated with astronomy. I used to peer in telescopes and contemplate worlds within the universe. Many on the earth today are limited in their view. They think that only life exists upon the earth, but do not know that infinite intelligence that has created all that there is has made worlds upon worlds. Life dots the universe. The world is alive, yet other worlds are alive. Many people on the earth are limited in the paradigm, saying that earth life is all that there is, and that to think beyond this is mere madness. But do you not know your own mathematical calculations can give a rare insight on the probability of life? The fact that life could exist is not only mathematically possible, but can be verified through we who come from the spirit world. When you cross to the spirit world, you are able to have unlimited access to knowledge. Here we have vast libraries, and we can look and study, but our libraries are interdimensional and interactive. We can see screens that will show us actual events from history. Many of the mediums on the earth speak of reading the Akashic records, and this is true that it is a place in the universe but all that has existed is imprinted in the ethers. We have access to our libraries here in the spirit world, to those etheric records. And so yes, the Akashic records are true. When one looks into the Akasha, one can see the panorama of history, and you come to understand the complexity of life on this single planet. But if you look even further back in history beyond that which you know, you will see that there was a prehistory. There was a history before recorded history upon the earth. and in that time, various beings of other worlds came to the earth and visited. All of this is recorded in the Akashic records. And yes, here in the spirit world we have access to this knowledge. Though I did not have to come to the spirit world to have this knowledge. As I said, as a young man on the earth, I would look into the telescopes. In looking at the planets, I'd say, worlds exist beyond this world. If life exists on this planet, why should it be any different on the others? And so it is that I always had a belief in an understanding that life was infinite. And coming to the spirit world allowed me to greatly understand that. Some of you on earth may struggle. You may say, Alfred, how is it that what you say could be true? I look into the space and I see no life. If somebody was standing on the planet of Mars, looking back to the Earth, all they would see is a blue dot in space. They wouldn't necessarily see life, and even with their best telescopes, they probably yet would not see life. You see, you must be careful, for it is the perspective that you view things from that can cloud the truth in your mind. We must expand our minds beyond simply physical view to using the eyes of the Spirit. It is the eyes of the Spirit that allow us to see other worlds, to see other dimensions. Humanity was not meant for physical life alone. Human life is a combination of spirit and material, as is all life throughout the cosmos. I have heard earthlings say in my days that if a flying saucer were to come to Earth, I should grab a gun and shoot its occupants. This always troubled me, for I thought, why was violence helping the world, or any world for that matter? Humankind is very limited in its view, and it is fear-based. Once you leave the body and you return to the spirit world, all of your fears, your pettinesses drop away, and you see yourself in your true light as a being of light, a child of the divine. Do not mistake the fact that you do not remember your past lives, or that you do not remember your pre-existence in the spirit world, as evidence that there is nothing beyond your temporary and current life. Life has existed always. You have existed always. Your soul, a very spark of divinity, and upon the death of your body, your very essence will return to that which you call God. Here we use the term the light. Yes, the name God exists, the term God exists, but we would rather call it the light or infinite intelligence. For the term God has many negative connotations throughout the history of the planet, and to be honest, is rather limiting. Infinite intelligence comes closer to explaining the divine, the Godhead. It is a being of light and love that is unlimited in its expansions, unlimited in its light, and unlimited in its love. I challenge each of you, go outside, look at the sky at night time, look at the stars. If you have the good fortune to acquire a telescope, I should encourage you to do so. When you begin to explore the cosmos, the thing that you will discover is the vastness of the physical reality. Know that the spiritual world infuses all of that and is an even greater. And so reality as you know it is very limited at this time in your lives. And if you explore the cosmos, you will come to understand the vastness and the infinite intelligence that governs it all. I'm so thankful that I was not hung up on a narrow-minded view, thinking that there was nothing but earth life. It made my transition to the spirit world much easier. When you can consider there are various life forms, It is not difficult for you to consider that there are angels and beings of light that have never even been human, beings that can guide you and help you. For those who are stuck in the materialistic mindset that there is nothing beyond the physical senses and this third dimensional reality that you call life, transition to the spirit world can be very difficult. We have some souls that come here and they are in a state of shock. They become almost apoplectic upon seeing that they live beyond the physical body. And when they encounter beings of light, they are terrified. Some of them look upon the blazing light of gold, which shines and permeates here all reality, and it is too much for them to comprehend. These souls we take away to a hospital, to the spiritual hospital, and we put them in a hospital that they will be tended to and have a gentle awakening. Sometimes it is necessary for these material-minded souls that they be, in a sense, put into a sleep for a little while to calm them, and then gradually reawaken them. Try to understand that in the coming years on your planet, on your Earth sphere, there will be greater revelations coming of beings not only from material worlds, but also from spiritual worlds. The veil between the worlds is thinning, and many souls long to speak to the earth. It says in the Bible that in the latter days your young men will have visions and many will prophesy. This time is coming upon the earth now. Those of you who are called to spiritual work, take your practice seriously. Earnestly seek out the wisdom and knowledge that is coming to you from our world. The spirit world wants to help each of you. You do not walk alone in a godless, materialistic world that ends at death, and then there is nothing. Your consciousness is infinite, and you live forever. My name is Alfred. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. I think we're in the party. Oh, I tell you, I'm very pleased to listen to Alfred. Whenever I hear him come through our medium, I'm so very proud of him. You know, he's a soul who's grown in the light so amazingly well. He shines brilliantly here. Even the angels say, he's a bit of a competition for us in the light realm. You'll see old souls here glow with an ethereal brightness. Some are glorious beyond the sun, and they glow at the very light of God himself. You know, when I was on the earth, my vicar at the Church of England used to say, he said, Rose, someday you will be in the twinkling of an eye like an angel. I thought, that's a nice thing. I wonder if I'll get to wear a beautiful gown in heaven. You know, the fact of the matter is, Dovey, how we do get to wear beautiful clothes. But you earn your degree of beauty by the way you live your life. My neighbor Madge, who was in the spiritualist church, I used to say, my dear, what is it that you believe? You know, I had the creed of the Church of England. And she said, well, we don't so much have a belief. It's more of a knowing. I said, it doesn't make sense to me, my dear. And she used to say, well, our church teaches that it is deeds, not creeds, that gets one to heaven. I said, well, you know, I believe in the prayer book. That's good enough by me. And she said, Rose, all your believing in your prayer book won't get you into heaven unless you have the love behind it. And again she said, it is deeds, not creeds, that get ones to heaven. And I said, oh my, this is quite different than what I hear in my church. no, she was very right. And when I see beautiful souls like Alfred, who, though he did become wayward in his later life on the earth, he had the chance to come to the light and be redeemed. Madge used to always say to me, she said, Rose, please remember that the doorway to reformation is never closed to any soul, here or hereafter. And I said, does that mean, Madge, that even a bad person can eventually go to heaven? And she said, yes, Rose, even the baddest of souls have a chance. You see, that doesn't necessarily change the consciousness. It only changes the state of reality. You no longer have a physical body, but your consciousness remains. This is why it's so important that one develop one's consciousness. And if you develop your consciousness, then when you transition to the spirit world, you'll already be in harmony with the world here. It is true that I've got a beautiful gown in heaven, a shimmering silver gown. But I had to earn that, you know. When I first arrived in the spirit world, I was dressed rather plainly, just a simple white dress, a long robe, almost like a bathrobe. Nothing fancy, nothing gold gilded or diamond studded. And I said, oh, this is what one wears in heaven. And the angel said to me, this Rose, in time you will achieve and learn, and you will get an advanced robe. Oh yes, there is fashion in the spirit world, my dears. That's why it makes it so fun for me. But you'll see, really the robe is really not so important. What is important is the state of the soul. The outer clothing is only a reflection of the inner clothing, if you would think of it that way. So clothe your insides with righteousness, with light, with love. And if you do these things, you will have peace, you will have love, you will have joy in your lives. Fletcher says the medium's power is growing weak, so we don't wish to tax him any longer. But I'm so pleased to have had the opportunity to come here today. All of you are lovely. Before the power fades, let me again reiterate to you, as my neighbour Madge said, it is deeds, not creeds, that get one to heaven. Remember that, and know that I send my blessing to each of you this day. And I feel the power going, and so I shall step from our meeting. But I send you my love and my blessing. My name's Rose. Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. It is so awesome to be with you guys. You know, I love to channel. Whenever I channel, it's like the power of heaven comes through me, and I feel really uplifted. If you've enjoyed today's seance, you might want to pop over to my website, and I'll put the link below in the information box at robert-hickman.com. Pick up a copy of my book, Messages from Rose. It's great summer reading. It'll give you insight to my spirit guide. That's her picture on the cover. And, you know, I think you'll get a lot out of it. So definitely pick it up. We have other books over there. One of my other books, you might want to check out Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. Also another book. We have a number of books there, all that I've written at my website. So definitely pop over to robert-hickman.com, link in the box below, and pick up these books. Well, you guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Keep it here. Tomorrow's Sunday. We'll have some more fun stuff. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but just be here and we'll make it happen. You guys are the best. I love you. Sending my blessings. Happy Saturday. And by the way, if you like this video, like it, favorite it, and hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, may you always blessed be.